Good morning, Year 4. It's me back again, and I have got Thursday's literacy lesson for you today. So, first thing you need to do is open your book to the next clean double page and write today's date at the top, which is Thursday, the 11th of February 2021. Then write your learning objective, which today is to make notes from non-fiction text. And then write the subheading SPAG. Pause the video so you can do that. Well done. So your book should look a little bit like mine right now. For our SPAG today, we are going to be looking at apostrophes. So pause the video so you can have a think about when we use apostrophes. When do we use them? We use apostrophes for omission and for possession. Those are the two things that we usually use apostrophes for. When do we use apostrophes for permission? Can you remember? We use them to show that a person or thing owns something. Sometimes the apostrophe goes before the S, and other times it has to go behind at the end of the S. So, can you quickly pause this video, go back to the blog and click the BBC Bite Size link, and it will take you to their page to watch this very short video about apostrophes for possession. You need to pause this video so you can quickly go and watch that and then come straight back. Okay, so you should have now watched this video and should have remembered when we use apostrophes and how we use apostrophes for possession. So, where should the apostrophe go in my sentence? It says, the lion's dinner was going to be a zebra. Where should it go? It should go before lion, because it was the lion. The dinner belonged to the lion. It would go to be a zebra. If it was a group of lions, where would it go? It would go after the S because the dinner belonged to the lions and it was a plural, so it has to go after the S. Well done. So your first challenge, to write out the sentence and add the apostrophe in the correct place. So mild is the monkey's house is in the tree. Spicy is animals' habitats are all different. And hot is the hippopotamus' dinner was grass because he is a herbivore. So pause the video, write out your sentence and put the apostrophe in the correct place. If you chose mild, your apostrophe needs to go before the S because the house belongs to the monkey in the tree. Spicy, your apostrophe should go before the S as well as animals because the habitat of animals, it should go after the S, shouldn't it, actually? The habitat of the animals that belong to the animals. Oh, and hot. The hippopotamus' dinner was grass because he was a herbivore. It should go after the S of hippopotamus because it ends in an S, doesn't it? It's not a plural, but it ends in an S. So if you got that correct, you can give yourself a nice tip. Okay. Can we change this sentence to have an apostrophe for possession? So it says the paws of the lion were big. Pause the video to see if you can think about how we can rearrange the sentence to make it have an apostrophe for possession. We could say the lion's paws were big because we've switched the paws of the lion to lion's paws. They still belong to him, but now we've got the apostrophe for possession. Okay, your next challenge then. Can you change these sentences to have an apostrophe for possession? So mild, the neck of the giraffe was long. Spicy, the habitat of the turtle is underwater. And hot is the nest of the birds is high up in the trees. or in the tree. Pause the video, write out your sentence, rearrange your sentence with an apostrophe for possession. Well done. So if you chose mild, you should have written the neck. The neck belongs to the giraffe was long. If you chose spicy, it should have been the turtle's habitat is underwater. And if you chose hot, the nest of the birds, plural, so the bird's nest was high up in the tree. So give yourself a nice tick if you got that correct. Tick and tick. Okay, so we are on to our new literacy learning then. So you know that we have been looking at writing to inform. We are going to be writing an encyclopedia page explaining animal habitats and classification. That's what we're working towards. Yesterday we did all of our research, answering our questions and finding out all about our animal. Okay, today we are going to be making notes from non-fiction text. So pause the video so you can have a think. How do we take notes? How do we do it? To take notes, we need to read through carefully and highlight the key parts of the text, don't we? So, what you're going to need to do is you need to go onto your Big Cat Collins. So go on Big Cat Collins, log in, and in your library there should be some non-fiction books about animals. There'll be one called Animals at Risk, one called Animal Ancestors. I can't remember the other one, I'll show you in a second. You're going to open your Big Cat Collins and I'll show you what to do. Okay, so here I am in my Big Cat Collins library. So you should, when you log in, it should take you straight to this page. You might have Animals at Risk, Animals in Hiding, or Animal Ancestors. You will have at least 2 of these. What you need to do is choose one of them, just one of them. So choose one. I'm going to choose Animals at Risk. Okay. Hit load. Okay, so the first thing you'll need to do when you've chosen your book is, I've already been reading this one, is to write down the title of it so we know which one you're making notes on. Then you can just have a nice read through it and enjoy the book. Okay, then you'll choose pages to make notes from and I'll show you what to do. So I have chosen the book Animals at Risk, and the first thing I have done is written down the title of my book. Then I've flicked through it and I've chosen some pages that I want to make notes on. So I'm going to read through them and highlight. So here's my first page that I chose. So it says, what puts animals at risk? Some animals are at risk on land and sea. Pandas and sea turtles are both at risk. They are at risk from people and animals, and their habitats can be harmed. That's why they're at risk. Not all animals can be kept safe in their own habitats. Some animals need help from people or must live in animal reserves. That's why we learned about zoos, isn't it? I've highlighted those bits. Here's my next page I've chosen. Some people hunt pandas. They sell their skins to make coats and their fur is sold to make rugs. Oh no. Where can pandas live safely? Many pandas now live in safe reserves in the mountains. Hunters cannot track them here, and there is plenty of bamboo to eat. Oh, that's good. Pandas love to eat bamboo, don't they? My last page I've chosen. What puts sea turtles at risk? Sea turtles lay their eggs in nests. on the sand at night, but some people steal turtle eggs for food. Animals eat turtle eggs too. Oh, that's not good, is it? Some turtles hatch and reach the sea safely, but they are still at risk. Here's an example. So a hermit crab eats turtle eggs. So I read through the book and then I chose the pages that I wanted to make notes on. So I've highlighted those pages, I've read through them even more specifically, and with what I've highlighted, I'm able to make some notes. So here I am in my book, so I'm going to flip through what I've highlighted and make notes. You will have a book in front of you and your Big Cat Collins on some form of device, so it might be easy for you. So I'm going to remember though that they talk. They talk about how pandas and sea turtles are at risk. That's one of the things I remember highlighting and researching. If I go back to the first page I chose, they're at risk from people and animals. That's the thing. They are at risk of people and other animals. Something else I learned. When I've got two notes on that page, so I might go to the next page that I highlighted from. Then I looked at this bit inside. So some people hunt pandas and they sell their skin to make coats and their fur is made for work. So pandas skin is used for coats and fur to make rugs. That's not very nice for them, is it? I'll flip back again. What else did I learn? So, sea turtles lay their eggs in nests on the sand at night, but some people steal turtle eggs for food. So, sea turtles lay eggs on the sand at night, but some people steal them for food. I could also say about how they said animals eat turtles' eggs. So that needs an apostrophe. So I've used what I've highlighted and made notes in my book. Yours will be much neater than mine. That what I've written. So your challenge today is you need to log on to Big Cat Collins and choose one of the non-fiction animal books assigned to you. Okay? You first need to write the title of the book you're reading at the top of the page. Read through the book and then choose. Mild is at least 2 pages, spicy is at least 3, and hot choose at least 4 pages to read specifically and highlight to make notes on. So you read the whole book, they're not super long books, and then choose 2 of your favourite pages maybe to highlight and make some notes on, okay? When you have highlighted and made your notes, your book should look a bit like this, and then you can do the challenge, which is to go back to your library and you can choose another one of the non-fiction books and read through and choose 3 pages to make notes on. So what does it tell you? Which animals does it talk about? So that would be your challenge to go and do it to the other book that is in your library. Okay? Once you've done that, that is the end of today's literacy. You can send us any questions or if you need any help, email the year 4 at huckland@sheffield.sch.uk email and we will try our best to help you.